Hi there, this is Debbie from Project 39 Mini Albums, and I want to show you what I made with the a few scraps I had from the Love Letters collection. Now, this Love Letters is a paper collection exclusive to Country Craft Creations. I will put the link in the description box on how you can purchase this collection. I had made a larger project with it, and I had some sheets and some scraps, and I decided to use all that I could, and I really only had a couple of scraps left by the time I finished this. So I made a mini album. It measures 5.5 by 8.5, and it is just 1.5 inches tall, so there's 1.5 inches spine. I took one of the papers and layered it with some brown cardstock from my stash, and then I just took some other elements from the collection. Again, I'm using a lot of my scraps. These banners were on one of the pages, and I thought that would offset all of these flowers. Now, these flowers I die cut with a Spellbinders die and stack them together just after making the flowers, because I don't really keep that many flowers in my stash. I had a doily. This was one of the sheets that had the burnt look on the edge, and I just cut around that, and I scraped it and rolled it and just tried to have a little dimension to it. I had this Dreams Come True vellum sticker, and I just put that on top of one of the papers from the collection, so it all matched nicely. So that is the cover. Here is the spine, and there's the back page. Whoops. Isn't this paper beautiful? It's already got that beautiful pattern on there, and I really didn't feel like it needed to be decorated very much. All right, let me show you what it is. Now, this was a simple mini album to make. I just wanted it quick and easy so I could move on to the next project. So here we go. Inside, there was one of these pages. It wasn't this one. It might have been on the back of this, that already had this envelope cut out, and I simply put some packing tape on the back, used an X-Acto and cut through there, and now that makes a nice little place to put some of my cut-aparts or whatever scraps I had. This postcard is the same as this one. I just cut it down. So there is that. I think I might have, I was going to say, do I have too much in there? No. So there is that. Now, the pages are pretty similar. I have a little flap going up that you could put a small photo on the front or the inside, and then a larger one going down. And then great room for a 4x6 photo, and you could put a smaller photo. Let me give you the measurements because I do not have a tutorial, but this is something you could make yourself. So this flap is 4.25 by 5.5. So it was 6 by 4.25, and this flap is about 4.75 by 4. So this was 4.5 by 4.75. I didn't put any magnets or anything on it. I just didn't feel the need to. I was going to put all sorts of different closures, and then decided, you know what, it doesn't need anything. But isn't this paper gorgeous? Obviously with Love Letters, and if you take a look, Kissing Booth, Cupid's Bakery, Valentine's Farm, it's a Valentine's Day theme paper, but I tried to keep it away from Valentine theme and just make it, maybe it's a album for a honeymoon, maybe it's album for your favorite kids, I don't know. But I don't think it really is exclusively a Valentine's Day album. So now on this page, I've got a flap, and that'll open up, and that gives you fabulous room to put photos. I made just a small little pocket, so then the cut apart will hold that flap together. The flap measures 6, so it was 6.5 by 5. So again, great room for those photos. So now it repeats, and we have this, and this comes down. Isn't this paper darling? And then we turn the page. Now I didn't put a flap on every one. I really didn't have that much paper, so I just used the paper I had. So here we go, and there we go. And the same with this. So here's another one of those flaps, and room to put your photo there or here, and that holds it together. And more room to put photos. And then the back page again doesn't have a flap, but it's got a really good size photo mat with that distressed looking paper. Isn't that beautiful? And that fits nicely in there, and that does too. And the paper collection had a page of tags, and I simply cut the tags down and made a waterfall out of it. I did grab there's this great detailing on them, like stitching, and I did take a marker and add some stitching to the top of the front one, but the rest I just kept without the stitching. Oops, that doesn't belong there. And there we go. And this does have a magnetic closure. Isn't that wood grain paper beautiful? Now these pages are open at the top, so if you wanted to, you could make it a hidden pocket page. I just didn't feel like I needed that. I used up all of the paper that I had from the collection, and I just thought it would be a quick little mini album. You don't need to have any of the extra pockets at the top. Of course, if you have lots of photos, maybe you want to. It, by the way, does have just 4 signatures, so there's just 4 pages in it. And that is it. Just something quick and simple, and using up my stash from the projects I made with this adorable paper from Country Craft Creations called Love Letters. Thanks again for watching. Have a fabulous day.